Have you ever rolled into the parking lot of your favorite restaurant only to see this big close sign in front of it? And you wonder, every time I go in there, it's busy. What happened? Restaurants close for many reasons, but one of the reasons they close is because of quality of life. Now, this came from a survey that I just read in an article, and I'll link it down below in the comments. And it said, it got to the point where the restaurants, these people working so hard, trying to keep up with everything, that they no longer had a quality of life. They were always working. Most successful businesses do one specific thing. They surround themselves with key people and say, you know, when it comes to my legal questions, I contact my attorney, and I have an attorney in my pocket. I have my banker, so whenever I need to expand my restaurant or I need to do something special with banking, I have a banker. I have an accountant. I have a CPA. I have a bookkeeper. I have these people in place because that affords me to do what I love to do or what I'm really good at, and I'm not spending a lot of energy doing things I have to learn or are changing so rapidly that I never can stay on top of it, and that leads to burnout. In this same article, it said the one hat that they recommend that restaurants stop wearing is to say, let's get somebody to take care of the marketing. And the number one reason they said this was because marketing, especially digital marketing, is changing so rapidly. You see, it's not like the old days where I could put an ad in the newspaper, I could put my radio advertising and my TV advertising in place and just kind of set it and forget it because I knew that's where my audiences were. It's just not that way anymore. It's changing so rapidly, it's really hard to stay on top of it. And this was the number one reason that led to that quality of life, is because you as the restaurant owner were trying to take on that hat and say, hey, I'll take care of that too, but realize, you know, what worked in Facebook last week doesn't work this week. And now we're supposed to be on Instagram. And now the algorithm in Instagram changes, and what we were doing yesterday doesn't work today. It drives you crazy. In fact, in this same article, there was an interview or a comment by someone who they're the go-to people. They're considered the best at social media marketing and digital marketing space in the US. So they're the people you see on CNN and Fox News, and they're the ones you read about in Fortune magazine because they're the one being referred to. And in this book that I'm reading, Marketing Rebellion, he says something along the lines of this. He said, I am so concerned that there's so much I don't know because it's changing every day. Now, personally, that is so accurate. I have that conversation with my partner all the time because we're constantly having to stay up. I'll give you a perfect example. 2 weeks ago, we started rolling out a program that was working great, and then one of the platforms changed their algorithm. Well, what that means is all that work that we did to get this in place and start to roll out to our customers now no longer is as effective as we thought it was going to be, that it was during those 2 weeks. If you're a restaurant owner and this happens to you about 20 times a month, that can be very stressful. So what's the choice? In this article, it said, hey, get someone in your corner, just like you would an attorney or accountant. Get someone that is in your marketing corner. Now, here's what I'm going to suggest. Get someone who is looking out for you just like they would look out for you if they're an accountant or they're your attorney. They're out in front. In fact, a couple of videos ago, I made this short message about saying our company, Swing Point Media, I feel like I am that scout. Now, what do I mean by that? Remember the days when the stories of the wagon trains coming across the country when it was, everything was barren? Well, they had these people out in front. And they were the scouts that said, hey, this is the path to take. Don't go down this corner because this is a dead end. This is a box canyon. You can't get your wagons across this river because it's too deep here. But if we go left, then we can cross easily. So that's the role Swing Point Media takes on. We're the ones who call you instead of you calling us and say, hey, have you heard about this new thing? We're the ones that are scouting out, hey, what is the best way to market your business? Specifically restaurants. We help a lot of businesses, and we'll help strategy sessions for business, but our core competency is with restaurants and helping you get more reservations. But the bottom line now is get us in your corner. Get some quality of life back. Let us take on that hat because this is what we do 24/7. I can't even imagine if I were the digital marketer for my company, but I also had to cook meals for hundreds of people a day. I would be bananas. I think I'd be looking for a dark cave on a hilltop where no one can get me, and I certainly can't get a signal on my cell phone. So if this is you, or you don't want it to be you, give us a call. My name is Jeff Harrison with Swing Point Media. I'll put the information here on the screen and also down below. And let us be your scout who helps you navigate across the barren wasteland of digital marketing.